What's up, guys? Beyond the Party, episode 8. Thank you guys so much for the support. Our Instagram posts have been doing great, and we're going to keep pumping them out. I just started learning how to make reels the right way, if you guys didn't notice. So, yeah, we're learning as we go. And happy you guys are here to do it with us. Yeah, KP, how was your weekend?
My weekend was good. I feel like Friday we were a little bit more busy than Saturday night, but Friday we had Crespo. It was a good turnout. Saturday we had Chris Divine during the day and during the nighttime, so that was fun.
Who opened up for that guy?
You actually. I thought I saw you there. Yeah, but Saturday was good. Friday was definitely a little bit busier though. I don't know. We'll see how this weekend goes. How was your weekend?
Yeah, it was a great weekend. Frank gave me the last minute call to fill in.
I know.
So that was fun.
Yeah.
The pool's always fun because it's like a stage and, it's
But you were at Golden Nugget on
Golden
Saturday
Nugget during the
time.
day. Yeah, that was cool. That was more chill vibes, like at the pool. You know, people just chilling out in the sun, stuff like that. And then at 5 o'clock, actually, there was like a blackjack tournament. And they're like, "Can you just play all Sinatra?" I was like, "Oh, okay." I'm whipping the wedding playlist
was it old
out.
People?
Yeah, it's all like old dudes from New York. Like,
yeah,
playing
but they let kids
pool.
up there at that pool.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. And then I think
that.
at 8 o'clock they kick them out.
Oh, okay.
And then like it just becomes like a night swim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. No, it was a good weekend though, and we have a lot of stuff coming up. I got a lot of gigs in AC coming up, so please check my schedule because I'll be out there for all KP's fans that are watching since she's from that area. Yeah, but yeah, let's hop into it. This week we have my great friend Rambi on, who he flew all the way out here from Chicago just to be on the podcast. Thank you for having me. Welcome, Ram. Welcome. How's your weekend?
You drove?
Yeah, I drove.
How long?
It's about 12 hours.
I
don't know if I could do that. Yeah, I don't know.
It's not that bad. It's cool.
Yeah, you brought the dog too, right?
Yeah, I brought wifey and the dog.
Yeah, that's awesome. How is he? Was he getting antsy at all, like in the car ride?
He sleeps. He's a champ. He's been a champ since like birth.
That's awesome. My family dog is like an absolute nut. He's like
really
so yeah. He would I think he had like a stomach problem. Every time he's in the car for like a long time, he'll like spit up and all that shit. So I'm like,
man. It's a nightmare.
My parents are ever like, you need to drive him somewhere. Like, I don't know.
Leave him home.
Yeah. How was your weekend though? Did you have any gigs in Chicago before you came here?
Oh man, did I?
Yeah, I know. It's hard to remember. I know. I do the same thing.
Yeah, I had a wedding last weekend.
Dope.
I had a private event in a club, and then brunch on Sunday. Chicago's crazy. So Chicago, like I just moved to Chicago 9 months ago. So I used to be in the circuit in Philly, AC, and I think I'm working longer and more shifts. So it's like, what time do we close in AC? Like 3:30.
Like 3:30.
3:30 if we're lucky. Like 4:30 is like it's 4:30 if we're lucky out there. So 5 if it's
That's
really
crazy.
What time does it start?
10.
Oh shit.
I feel like that really says something about like the nightlife out there, like the difference, like how it is.
Yeah, it's a different market. It's a different there's who comes to Philly to do their bachelorette party?
Yeah, not many people.
You know what I mean? Like we go to Atlantic City for that type of stuff.
Yeah,
it's true.
We always get bachelor in Atlantic City all the time.
Where'd you first start DJing at?
I originally started DJing at a teen night party in North Jersey.
Okay, North Jersey.
It was like a hookah lounge that did like no ID parties. That's what they originally called.
Yeah.
How old were you?
I was probably like 13, 14.
Oh my gosh.
As a promoter, and then I got into I just hung around the DJs. I was like a fly on the wall, and then when these older DJs are teaching the new DJs how to like DJ technical stuff, I'm just like listening in, and like obviously I can't do it yet because I don't know how to mix and stuff, but I'm conceptualizing stuff. I'm learning how to set wires up. I'm learning how to tape wires down.
Right.
All the small micro things that people skip. You know what I mean? How to wire a mixer up, or if why doesn't this sound right? That came first, as well as like learning how to promote and like pass flyers out. Nowadays, you're just
on the flyer.
Like back then, you're in the mall just passing out flyers. You're in your high school hallway just passing out flyers. Like, yo, come tonight, bro. I think so. That was important. And in a couple of years, I was doing a lot of Sweet 16s. I was doing like engagement parties. assisting with weddings. And then I moved to college, and that's when it really kind of took off.
Where'd you go? You went to
Temple.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And then you started doing like a lot of Hoboken spots too, right?
No, so I wasn't doing Hoboken spots. My mentor was.
Oh, your mentor, right,
So
right,
before
right.
I moved
Okay.
to Philly,
Got you.
he was opening for all like the New York City radio guys, but I was driving him in and out. So
Yeah.
I was like kind of like a fly on the wall during that point too, and just watching. And like if he'd have to use the bathroom, he'd be like, "Yo, I hope this 18-year-old kid because I'm 21. It's a 21-year-old club.
Right,
I'm
yeah.
snuck in, and he's like, bro, I hope this 18-year-old kid could not fuck this transition one time up."
And
That's
then
funny.
when you went to college, like, did you still like know that you were gonna keep DJing, or was it
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of?
I
Yeah,
mean,
definitely.
I didn't have any friends when I came to college because I transferred. So
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't dorm. I didn't like have that group of people on my floor or
Already
in my
built,
building. Like
yeah.
that shit was hard. So
Right.
my first couple months, I think I just locked myself in and just. I think my first month, I locked myself in. I didn't have Wi-Fi yet because my roommates that were randomized didn't even know who my roommates were. They didn't move in yet, so we didn't have Wi-Fi. So I just locked myself in the crib, record mixes, and then walk to campus, upload a mix once a week, and come back. And that would be like because I wanted to use the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, yeah.
And I got the shot to do my first house party, and it completely bombed it.
Really?
Bombed it. I knew how to mix at this point, right? Like, at this point, I've been around for 4 or 5 years, but I didn't know how to rock a party.
Yeah, it's
So,
different. Yeah.
It's like I knew how to mix. Like transitions were clean,
Mhm.
but I'm not able to fit in all the hype shit that wanted to be played by the crowd. You know what I mean? Like, and my music choice was just a little different back at that point because I'm learning how to DJ. I'm not learning how to party rock yet.
Right.
So that was like another learning curve after.
Where'd you transfer from?
I was at a community college up north, North
Okay.
Jersey.
Got you.
So yeah, going from a community college to an actual like university is complete two different things.
Oh yeah, and like being a transfer student and not having any friends, it was hard.
It's hard to make friends when you're older. It really is. Nobody tells you that, but as you grow up, if you don't keep like your core group of friends, it's so much
Yeah, it
harder
is.
to make like random friends. But okay, so what? You bombed it, and then what? Did they give you another chance, or you were done?
I got chances from other spots,
Okay.
but I had to do a lot of homework. You know what I mean? Like people, damn, that rain is coming
It's
down
rain.
hard.
Yeah, it's pouring.
God.
But people literally had to like give me chances, and people stuck with me. Some people stuck with me. Some fraternities stuck with me, and that was before I got into Greek life. And then when I got into Greek life, I was like president of the frat. I was already DJing at
that's
Noto
awesome.
at the time, so
Yeah.
it was completely like upside down by the time like I got
Right.
into Greek life. So I was
Yeah.
already known on campus as a DJ, and now I'm president of the frat, who's a DJ who's also playing at these big venues such
Yeah,
as Noto
yeah.
as a college kid.
Yeah, that's
And I was like a
crazy.
monthly resident there, so that was cool.
Yeah.
Are
that's
you
dope.
allowed to DJ at a place before you're 21?
I think so.
I don't know that.
I've seen it a lot.
I did.
I've seen it a lot. Management is uptight about you drinking though. If management's like, hey, we know that you're underage, they're gonna make sure that
You're not drinking.
they don't want you leaving the club
Right.
messed up and getting into trouble outside, and then it falls
Right.
back on them. You know?
Mhm.
Yeah. And then, so after college, did you move back like to North Jersey, or you stayed around here like right
So,
away?
My last year of college was like a half year. I graduated in December,
Okay.
so I would say my senior year was like a extra semester long, I guess. Those 3 semesters I was in Philly, and that's when West and Down just like became a thing.
Right.
I was already playing at Noto like once a month a year prior to that. So after college, I stayed in Philly. We just did the nightlife thing, me and a couple friends. But then the pandemic hit. So I graduated in December. Pandemic hit in March.
Right.
4
Yeah.
months. And we tried to grind it out. We stayed in. We all rented. We all were in different spots. We're like, screw it. Let's just all move into one of our houses because all our roommates moved.
Yeah.
And we camped out for like 2 months. You know what I mean? And
Right.
did a lot of content. Did a lot of like DJ work. Did all that shit.
That's fun though.
And then it just like, all right. They said 2 weeks. Now it's 2 months.
Oh my gosh.
Money's
We're never
yeah.
leaving.
Money's running low. It's gonna be a point where we're gonna have to move back home. So
Uh,
you know what
Yeah.
I mean? And
Yeah.
that happened before outside opened up again. You know,
Yeah.
and so But once outside opened up, it was like, all right, we're moving back to Philly.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get right back to work.
Do it
Yeah,
again.
it's dope. Yeah. I feel like that really gave a chance for like all the younger DJs to make a name because all these bars started opening back up and clubs, and they're looking for new
hungry.
talent. Yeah, exactly. Yep. And I think I met you that summer when I was DJing Brew, and you were DJing Uban. I think I like lent you a Mica XLR
Probably,
cord or
yeah.
something like that.
I was like, damn, I forgot an XLR.
And then that's when we met, and you're like, all right, yeah, I fuck with you, and then kept in contact ever since. And you've always helped me like throughout my journey so far. So I really appreciate that.
It's been
Round.
an honor,
definitely,
man. Like to see you like playing at places that I don't even play at. I don't play at the pool, so like it's been cool as fuck to see like people that I could give guidance to, but also surpass what I could give you. You know, that's it's cool as fuck.
I won't say surpass.
Still shit that I can't do, man.
I'm still taking notes. I'm still taking notes when you're DJing. But let's
that
talk
is
about
cool.
the transition like from Philly to Chicago. Like how was that? Because right now you have like steady gigs in Chicago every weekend. I'm sure it wasn't like that off the bat, right? Yeah.
Not off the bat.
Why'd you move there?
Why'd I move there? I was stuck between just Miami and Chicago for a bunch of reasons. And we visited Chicago the second time, and we were going to see another DJ from Philly, DJ Daly. Shout out Daly. Make this a real. So we came to visit Daly for his birthday, and I've known Daly for like almost 2 years from like social media, playing Call of Duty with him every night. And like I visited him once. He's come to Philly a few times and played at like Down. So like we're in real life friends as well now, not just video game friends or Instagram friends. And so I came to visit him for his birthday. And on our last day, we're just sitting downtown. Me and wifey are sitting downtown a couple hours before our flight. And we're like, she's like, should we move here? And I was like, fuck it, let's send it.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Like,
oh my god, that's so cool.
Yeah.
So what, you guys just packed and moved after that?
3 weeks later.
Damn.
Yeah, just about.
Yeah, this guy posted a story like 3 days before, and I was like, oh fuck, like he's moving.
I didn't tell anybody I was moving. I didn't tell them where I was going until I got there. Like I'm a big believer of like the evil eye and protecting energy. So I was like, when people ask me like, hey, where are you moving to? I was like, I'm gonna let you guys know when I get there safe. Because I was driving, you know what I mean? And a lot of shit could happen in those 800 miles, and like I don't know,
right.
I'm superstitious.
So what? Did you go and like see the place before you moved over there, or you just like went?
I wish
online.
Why? Really?
We seen that shit online. We're like, oh, that looks nice.
Oh, okay.
Send it. And,
So spontaneous.
Was it
That's
not?
awesome.
It was very expensive. We just moved to a new spot recently.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, we're like, this got to get cut off now.
That's enough.
Yeah, gotta cut this shit off now.
How's the cost of living like compared to Philly? Same kind of.
Man, dude, like I live like a king. I live like a king in Philly. Honestly, I had like a really nice apartment for dirt
I remember.
cheap.
Yeah, your apartment's sick.
You've been there, right? Yeah, it was like huge. Like
Mm-hmm.
that market value is probably like $4K out there.
Wow.
In Chicago.
That's crazy.
Really?
It's a bigger city, but it's way prettier. That was a reason. Like it was a prettier city.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just more shifts available as like a DJ, private event DJ, corporate event DJ, club DJ. Like there's more shifts available there than here. Like I don't remember getting that many club gigs. I mean, not club gigs, but corporate gigs out here.
Oh,
It was hard. It's nearly impossible unless like you're really tapped in and like everything flows out there way better.
Yeah. What was your process like when you first got to Chicago? Like how to get gigs
like
and
making your
who'd you
name
hit up?
big.
What you do?
So I kind of slacked a little bit with my networking because I was really trying to just. When I got there, my furniture didn't get there for another 2 weeks, and then probably 6 weeks later, I had to move out for a week while they redid my entire floors.
Jeez, yeah.
Because-
So you got to like really settle in.
Yeah,
like,
so
took a
it was
little
just
bit,
impossible to get settled in, and I'm like in and out. So settling in was a very hard time. So I got connected with Daly, and then Daly's part of this company called the DJ Firm. So they own a lot of accounts, and luckily like they liked my playing style, and clubs haven't had any complaints about me when I opened.
Yeah,
so
that's
like,
awesome.
I started getting headlining gigs, but if I didn't have that, like it wouldn't be as fast tracked. You know what I mean? And I think that was the reason why I chose Chicago over Miami. I was like, at least somewhere I have a foot in the door here. Some type of foot. Whereas in Miami, I'd be like, this is gonna be hard.
Yeah, I feel like Miami's definitely more like promoter heavy and shit too. Like how like NYC is.
Yeah.
Like every gig I've done in NYC, you gotta like sell tickets and promote like crazy and like, stuff like that. That's how you make your money. And yeah, I feel like Miami's like that too. It's just like big party city that that's what people are going to Miami for.
Yeah.
Go out, go club and spend money, which is crazy expensive there too.
I also feel like Miami for me was gonna be like, I'm not gonna grind here. When I moved to Miami, I'm here shirtless,
permanent vacation,
barefoot. I'm here hanging out, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's the vibe.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, when I went to Fort Lauderdale for spring break, and I was like, how do these kids get any work done? Like the kids that live right down the street, because we were meeting kids that are on the beach, and they're like, "Oh, we just got done class," and we're like, "Jesus Christ,
So you went to class with the beach across the street?"
Yeah, right, yeah. Like, yeah, that must be so hard. But yeah, let's get into like your like music style. You're very you play like everything, which I respect and I like that a lot. Like I always try to do that. I want to like touch everybody, play every genre. And I know that you also like care a lot about like adding your own culture to it.
Yeah.
And I think, did you work with DJ City, was it? Or you worked with
Hits.
Heavy Hits. Yeah, they want to talk about that a little bit?
So it's like the year 2016 to 2018 range, right? And I'm on DJ City, and I keep seeing Punjabi MC Beware of the Boys remix number 1, remix number 12, remix 1000. And I'm like, bro, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Because DJ City has billion Latin reggaeton songs. They have, you know what I mean? So I'm like, if you only had Suavemente and had 1,000 remixes of just that, the Latin DJ community would be kind of pissed too.
Yeah, right.
And
yeah.
the amount of DJs that are Indian that are on this platform, we need more music or like more remixes or something. Like we make dope remixes. Why can't we post our shit on here?
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And there's a lot of us. There's not just one of us, you know what I mean? So I knocked on their doors a few times, and DJ City's just not having it. And I wasn't the only one knocking. So I finally came across Heavy Hits, and they took the shot. They took the shot with me, and they're like, I was like, look, there's a lot of us, and this brings a bigger audience to your platform. You guys are newer, and like, this is something that nobody has done in the entire history of record pools before, is adding South Asian music, a whole fucking playlist, not just a remix of a song that everybody already has.
Yeah.
Side note, if you have that song, play the fucking original.
You know what I mean? There are so many remixes.
Don't play the remixes. Just play the fucking original.
Yeah.
Especially if you see an Indian crowd. We don't want to hear that shit. Play the original.
That is also that you really taking from your culture and trying to implement that like with your everyday job.
I went the extra mile. My vinyl records are the Indian flag. The wires I use is orange, white, green. Like I'm always trying to just tap in with my colors and like rep the flag as much as I can.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Did you notice like when you moved to Chicago, is it like different style of music you have to play compared to Philly, like different cultures and different?
Oh, yeah. House was pretty much invented in Chicago, right?
Oh, I didn't even know that. Huh.
There's a lot of house music that's flowing out there. But then like my dinner vibe set over here and my dinner vibe set over there is completely different. I will say my dinner vibe set over here was more R&B heavy. Over there is more like light house, Amapiano, Afro beats.
Yeah.
My headline slot set, you heard me play the other night. Even my girlfriend was like, that's her first time hearing me play in months too, because she works weekends. She hasn't heard me play in Chicago. And she's like, yo, your set was very different than what I'm used to hearing you play. I think Philly, I played a lot of hip hop. In Chicago, if it's not a hip hop club, it's house heavy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or high energy. So when I first got there, my first couple of gigs, like I did all right. I knew I could do better, and I was like, yo, I gotta start downloading Chicago crates, like organizing my music differently, and just
and I'm sure like listening to other DJs around there just helped too.
Yeah, but most of it was just like I just gotta switch my vibe. Like I just like I'm really good at adapting to things, so like I read the room, and I'm like, okay, like when I go home, how can I change?
Right.
Like how can I add on? And it took a couple of tries. And like now I feel like the venues I play at, I could do them blindfolded.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah.
I remember when that Pace, you're like, hey, do these people fuck with John Summit? And I was like, yeah, play it.
Yeah, John Summit's lit out there because he's from Chicago.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. He's literally from Chicago.
Yeah, that dude's like on top of the world right now.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen him in Chicago, but like everybody knows about John Summit.
Right.
They're always asking, like, instead of Bad Bunny to your forehead is John Summit. You know what I mean?
That's
like,
actually sick.
Shout out John Summit. I don't know you, but shout out to you.
He was at the pool. We had him at the pool.
How was
it was
that?
probably one of the best parties ever.
Really? Wow.
It was so crazy because before we actually knew who he was, nobody really knew who he was. Like, we were like, John Summit, like, who the fuck is that? And then when we saw the crowd of people that were coming in for this man, it was literally insane. Like, people were calling us. Like, people would spend crazy amounts of money for a table. Like, they didn't even care. Like, they just wanted to be in the same room as John Summit. And it was like the vibes were so high. Everybody was so positive. Like, we had no issues. Like, everybody was just so nice. It was like the best time ever. But now he's coming to HQ.
That's
right. Yeah, I think like 2 years ago he was an accountant or something like that too.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah. Like, it's just the way your life could change from a few songs blowing up.
Yeah, I think he was just an intern too, not even like
really.
A real,
wow.
Yeah, he was just like, I don't want to do this though. Shout out to him. I think TikTok and like social media definitely plays like a huge part because I've seen so many DJs even use the "Where You Are" remix or any remix of "Where You Are" as like their video background song. You know what I mean? Like,
100%.
It's a huge song, like everything.
Yeah, I think Weiss just did that like yesterday. We're promoting the Wildwood spots.
I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, it looks dope though. The Wildwood spots he's opening.
I gotta go check out Weiss.
Yeah,
Guys,
100%.
go support Weiss, man. Like,
yeah, definitely.
All 3 venues.
How'd you speaking of Weiss, how'd you get linked up with Double Down in Philly when you first started?
I think Weiss just reached out to me one time. No, actually, that's a lie. We definitely sent him a lot of mixes during the pandemic.
Dope. Yeah,
for sure. And I got hooked up to Double Down Radio once before globalization, like in the midst of the pandemic. And I think like now I'm a familiar face. I've done a mix for you. Like I'm always around on Instagram.
Right. Yeah.
World's closed down right now, so but I think when like a few months after the world opened back up and he needed more DJs on his team, I think he reached out to me and I think I just did like a one fill, you know what I mean? Like a random like tradesman's once. And I guess it just grew.
That's how it happens.
I don't remember the full story, but I remember like it was like just a one-off, and then it became like once a month, and then like now all of a sudden it's like, hey man, I like these venues. If they like me, can we please do more together?
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah,
so,
yeah, I know you guys built like a great relationship.
Oh, that's
which
that's
is
big,
awesome.
bro, man. Like, sometimes he'll yell at me and call me out on my shit, and I'm like, fuck, you're right, man. I'm sorry, you're right. Like you're right.
Yeah.
Like I don't even have anything to say. You know what I mean?
You need someone that's gonna do that though.
Yeah, like I don't need yes men around me. So I need people like that. Like, yo, that was wrong as shit, and that's not cool. So and he does that. So I'm like, hella respect.
Yeah, and then you kind of lay that on to me. I feel like too.
I'm like, yo, don't do that shit.
If you have any advice for like a kid that's trying to start DJing, what would you say? Like how to get into it?
Oh man, just have fun. I mean, I think doing this for so long at this point, I think I get carried away with not having fun because now it becomes a chore. Where we all started this because it was fun and it was interesting. It was an escape. When it comes like your livelihood, I think sometimes it changes. When it becomes business, now it's like I got to be the best at this, or sometimes the fun gets taken out. So for young kids, man, just continue to have fun. I'm still trying to find my way to like have fun sometimes, and like for example, I just did a wedding on last Friday. DJ drummer duo. That was the most fun I've had in like almost 5 years in a booth.
Really?
It was the most different thing I've done, but it was so fun. You know, so like I think it's just continue to evolve, continue to smash goals, change your goals, smash goals, change your goals, but just keep having fun.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a thing to it. But the drummer, how'd that work? Like, did he give you a song list or anything, or he was just going off of whatever you're playing?
He played to what I played to.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's so sick.
Cool.
And like it was cool because like I have a lot of like acapella remixes, so like it'd be the entire song and then it goes into just the vocals. And I would let him. I would give him like a hand sign. I'm like, that's like it's your turn now.
Yeah.
Now he's creating the drum beat behind the vocals, and I'm like, all right, now I'm gonna switch it up. So like, I've worked with the drummer before, like just like 2-3 times, and we were always on sync. So working with another talented drummer was like, it was the same shit.
Yeah, and it's different. It's like different. Like, why did they want that there?
our company out there in Chicago, we offer that. We offer like violinists, saxophonists, drummers during your wedding.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
I know K-Fry does that a lot at the Sixers games.
Yeah. So it's the same concept. DJ AM used to do that with Travis Barker.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
At Coachella, they did that twice.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
dope. That's so unique. Like,
Yeah,
no one
so
would expect that.
Rest in peace, AM, the greatest DJ of all time.
Did you ever see him live?
I wish. I was too young, man.
Yeah,
I was way
right.
too young.
Yeah, that's true.
But I've been to Dusk, which is in the bottom of Caesars. It used to be a club, no longer is. That was a booth that he
opened
designed.
that up, right?
He designed, he was a partner in that. He was also a partner in Palms and Vegas. But he designed the booth in Dusk, and like outside, like on the main floor of the casino, there was like this glass showcase of like his headphones and his shit.
Yeah.
It was probably just one of many. You know what I mean? His sneakers. It was probably not his. It's probably one of many of his, but still cool. It was like an AM tribute at least.
Yeah, definitely. That's sick. I know there's a documentary on him. I want to watch it.
Oh yeah, it's fantastic. I watched it when it first came out. Then they took it off the air and they re-released it.
Yeah, because I heard he really just pioneered like different ways to DJ, like the mashups and like playing different songs over one another, stuff like that.
Dude, if he had an S9, if AM was able to play on an S9,
it'd be different. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I could just laugh. I could just laugh.
Yeah. What equipment did you start
on? My first piece of equipment was Marty Rock's equipment, and I would go to Marty Rock, who's my New York mentor, and he had a set of turntables, a broken ass CDJ, and a Rain 57. He won CDJ, and sometimes I'd walk into the basement and it'll be 2 turntables in the Rain 57. Sometimes I'd walk in and it'd be 1 turntable on either side. Sometimes it'd be the CDJ on either side, and he'll throw empty water bottles at me. He's like, "Do that shit again." Like that the transition sucked. Do it again. You know what I mean? Do it again.
That's good.
And I learned how to adapt. He's like, "Look, when you're the opening DJ, and the headliner has the CDJ on your right, you're not allowed to move it to your left. You're just not allowed to. You're gonna adapt right here, right now. Like there's no other option." So it like at a very young age, it instilled this value in me. Does the equipment work? Okay, I could play.
Yeah.
No matter what you got, as long as it works and I can connect to it, I can rock.
That's so true. I never thought of it like that. Like you really can't just move the stuff however you want.
Yeah,
or disconnect everything and put your shit up.
Yeah. I don't know if you saw the clip of 9, but he was talking about how opener for Paulie did that, and he was like freaking out. Yeah,
I watched that one too. Like it's like funny. No, like 9 said, like that headliner will make you shut the music off and walk out the room. Yeah. So it's embarrassing for you. Like you should have asked questions before you clocked in.
100%. Yeah, that's the worst feeling if the music's cut off and everyone's just staring at you.
Could you imagine like you just spent like $2,000 in bottle service and you're waiting for some dickhead DJ to plug the mixer back in?
Yeah.
And I wonder how long it took because I'm fast. I'm fast, but how long did it take this guy?
Right. Wait. So how did you find your mentor? Like, how did that all come about?
I think
who is he?
Mentors come to you by accident, and they stay with you on purpose. You know, so like I would say Eddie, DJ 9 is definitely another mentor. White's another mentor. But my first one was definitely Marty Rock. Marty Rock, we worked for a private event company, both of us, and I was like the setup crew and the roadie, and he was the talent. I picked him up, went to the gig, I set everything up, and I just assisted him for this one corporate event. And on the drive home, we were just talking, chit-chatting and stuff, and he learned a lot about me, I learned a lot about him, and our worlds are completely different. Like, I did a lot of Indian parties back then. He did a lot of clubs and Latin parties. So our worlds were so different, but we knew that we could like help each other grow. And like, I'm the equipment guy, he's a talent, but I'm also trying to learn how to DJ. Yeah. And this guy knows equipment. This guy sells equipment. He at that time, I think he worked at like a Guitar Center, Sam Ash, one of the two. So I think every day he allowed me to just, hey, I'm off from work today. Come in and come practice. We're going to learn how to scratch. We're going to learn how to do it. We're going to learn how to mix. Yeah. We're going to learn this. We'll learn that. And like that was the catapult of how I learned my technical skills. Like I already knew how to wire shit up, but to mix and and then he'd bring me he would need rides to clubs sometimes. So for him to bring sneak an 18-year-old into a club, like I remember being 17, sneaking in. I'm turning 18 at midnight. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
Like,
awesome.
turning
Yeah,
18
yeah,
at
that's
midnight
sick.
at the club.
And you're really feeling like the man.
Yeah, like, it's like,
That's
what the
sick.
fuck is going on? But like, I'm able to meet New York City like heavy hitters like DJ Camilo, DJ Yanni, like the guys
Yeah.
that he used to open for because I would be on his hip at all times. I'm the guy carrying his backpack into clubs,
Right.
you know, and hopefully I don't get carded.
Yeah.
Hopefully I don't get carded.
That's so
So-
cool.
That's awesome. You were able to like experience so many different like areas. Like now you're in Chicago,
Oh, yeah.
Philly, North Jersey. You know, you experienced Hoboken by, you know, just like going along with him, and it's cool because you got to build your name up and build connections kind of everywhere. So now, even though you live in Chicago, you could still come to Philly and
Oh,
DJ for
yeah.
a week. You know, that has to be pretty sick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was definitely cool. Like David Mai, shout out David. That relationship was definitely like almost 5 years old. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I remember weekly meetings every week with David.
That's what I'm doing now. Yeah.
I DJ'd there. I open on Wednesdays. I would headline on fucking Fridays, and then Sundays is my Sunday day party or Sunday evening party was mine. I was there, like I lived in the Patron Lounge. I don't know if you guys have been to Weston Down.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's
I-
a main room and then a small room. The small
Mhm.
room was the Patron Lounge. I pretty much lived there. That was my booth.
Nice.
Like I had neon tape on every DJ booth and every piece of equipment. Don't redline. Don't be a fucking asshole.
Yeah,
Put these
yeah.
plastic covers back on when you're done. Like that was me.
Uh-huh.
Like that was me
Yeah.
leaving all those notes. Like this is my fucking booth.
That's good though. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I always ask, like, what's the key like, in this business? And everyone says, you know, networking is just the biggest thing to do, and just maintaining like relationships.
Yeah.
And you know, I feel like you're just like a very real person, and yeah, some people like might not like that, but yeah, I feel like that's just like such like a huge thing, like to making a real connection with somebody. You know,
Yeah.
being straight up, being real, not being fake at all, and. Yeah, I feel like you've like just always been like that, and you always keep your head down. You got like mama mentality.
Appreciate that.
I know
Mhm.
Kobe's like big inspiration to you,
Oh, yeah.
right? Yeah. How did that start? You just like at a young age, you just started watching Kobe, and you always liked him.
Yeah, like Kobe was like the black sheep, right? Like Kobe was always that young misunderstood kid that just when he's on the court, he might miss, he might airball, but once he got over that hump, he's not anymore. You know what I mean?
Right.
He airballed for I don't know his first couple years, but after that, like you throw the ball at Kobe's hand at the end of the game, you know he's turning that shit.
Oh
up.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
And I think for me, it was just like one of the last memories I have of my grandfather before he passed was he got me like a Kobe statue, like a little
Oh,
statue
dope.
this big that came with like you could pull the back and he shoots.
Aw.
There's,
Yeah,
a
it's
little hoop.
sick. Yeah, yeah.
So Kobe was just like that was the first basketball player I kind of knew besides Shaq. Everybody knows Shaq,
Right.
yeah.
but
yeah.
the guy that was like the Batman and Robin to Shaq was like Kobe. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it was like, and then as you grow up, you realize that like, oh, this motherfucker's a bad motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like broken finger, broken ankle, and he's still shitting on these motherfuckers. God damn. He's like the super villain that you're really voting for. He's the
Right.
Joker. You know what I mean? Like you're voting for the Joker. You're not voting for the Batman.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. You're right. You're right.
That's so funny. Yeah.
Who'd
that
you
is true.
who'd you have winning in the finals this year? Did
I
you
didn't
have-
give a shit about the finals. this year.
it was boring. It was such a
Yeah.
boring
I-
finals.
I'm definitely glad like Jokic and Murray got it because like
yeah.
they played great.
Yeah,
great.
Jokic doesn't even give a fuck. Did you see the videos of him? He's like,
Yeah, he's
yeah,
like,
I'm ready to go home.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I wanna go home.
Yeah, it's so funny because usually people are crying and they're like, I wanted this my whole life. And
He's like parade.
he's like, yeah, my job's done. I'm ready to go home now.
I just want to go home. I get it though. I get that. I drive home from gigs in absolute silence. I'm like,
Oh yeah,
deal with
yep.
this shit no more.
Silent car ride. Yep, it's the
Or
best.
lo-fi.
I always do that every weekend. It's silent car ride.
Yeah.
Boom.
You work in nightclubs too. Do you protect your ears? Like
So
earplugs?
no, I really don't. I'm more so like outside of the club though.
Okay.
I'm a host, so I'm in the queue, like where everybody walks in and then they go inside. So I'm not really in the club like that, especially not to be wearing like earplugs.
I gotta
Yeah.
start
I
wearing.
mean, I
them.
should though, cause
You guys should.
especially like daytime, during the daytime pool when we work, the music is so loud in there and like it's in a dome, so it just echoes,
Mhm.
and the bass, like sometimes I feel like I
Yeah.
can feel my heart like beating in my chest.
Yeah.
So I definitely should probably look into that because I know it probably won't be the best like later.
Yeah,
in
I feel
life.
like my hearings fell off a little bit.
Dude,
since I
I'm-
started.
So at a venue I play out in Chicago, they have artists come in all the time,
Mhm.
and sometimes they're just like bigger DJs, but they're like kind of assholes and they just turn all the knobs all the way up.
Right. Yeah.
And like my job is basically play for like 30 minutes, let them like transition between me and the opener, and then I facilitate the transition between me and the artist. I pretty much sit on the side for their entire set. I might go grab like a beer or something, but I have to stay in the room. And then as soon as he's ready to go, then or if something malfunctions, then I have to get right back on. So like when they turn the knobs all the way up, I have my earplugs. I'm like, dude, I can't.
Yeah, I bet. Right. Yeah, that's bad. And even like when you're DJing, you have the booth up. Like it's like
I try to keep that low as possible. To be honest, as long as I can hear a little bit, feel a little bit, that's all I'm really going for.
Right.
Unless I'm really drinking.
Then you're getting lit.
I don't really drink like that. But
what do you drink? What do you drink if you're drinking?
When I lived out here, it was Henny. Now it's a little bit of Casamigos, just tequila.
Yeah.
But I choose to only drink if it's like a margarita. Like I'm like, yo, I'm down. I'm always down for margs.
Yeah, I'm down for margs.
Always down for margs. But like on the job, I'm like, if it's not a marg, I'm kind of good.
Right.
You'll really sip a marg up there while you're chilling.
I mean,
DJing.
How many clubs could make me a fire ass margarita?
Yeah, it's true. Yeah,
you know what I mean.
True.
Yeah, I always like sip on something when I'm DJing, but I never want to get too drunk or anything like to where I'm embarrassing myself.
Oh yeah,
like
to this day, like I might even have 2 drinks.
He was drunk on Saturday.
Nikos was drunk on Saturday.
I've seen you drunk a few times.
That was a good night.
Have you ever been so drunk? Like, have you ever been like fucked up?
Oh hell yeah, all the time.
While you're DJing? Have you ever embarrassed yourself?
DJing, it definitely happened at West and Down.
Yeah, every now and then, yeah.
For sure. I was like 21.
Yeah.
Just graduated college, or right before I graduated, like, you know what I mean? Senior year, like it definitely had to happen once.
Yeah.
Had to.
100%.
I know like 2 years ago or a year and a half ago at Down, I got smashed on my birthday.
Oh,
yeah, it's your birthday. Yeah,
like
yeah.
I remember specifically seeing a kid in a Cowboys jersey, and I had to call him out. I just had to. Like I was like, "You fucked up."
I'll do that sober. I don't care.
Exactly. Yeah, like, you fucked up. Like it's my birthday. Me and my boys are. I'm not an Eagles fan, but all my friends are Eagles fans.
Yeah.
And like we're in the city. It's the start of the season. And I think we're about to play these guys like this weekend.
Like read the room.
Like you fucked up.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Like a big ass Cowboys jersey. I had to cut the music out. Hold the fuck up. Is that a Cowboys jersey? Do you know where the fuck you are?
What do you say?
Drop the Fly Eagles Fly song.
Oh, that's sick.
Like
yeah.
I don't know, man. Like I think that's also a thing that's like I think that's like the fun of DJing. You know, like it's not always just song after song after song and just go linear and then like it's cut the music out, rock the mic, change something to shit up, make somebody laugh, make somebody I don't know. It's always like there's so many elements. You don't have to be just clean mix for 4 hours straight. Like it's good to be clean, but it's also good to like I don't know, switch the vibe up.
You want to entertain.
Yeah, entertain, I guess, right? Like everybody in that room, I'd say the majority of them were probably Eagles fans, and they probably loved that shit.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
They probably did.
Do you see any difference in like sports culture from Chicago to Philly, or are they diehard fans out there? Like how is Philly?
Bulls fan. Like,
yeah,
it's cool. Everybody has a pair of Jordan 1s in Chicago. Everybody does. It's
That's
like
cool. Yeah,
the most iconic sneaker of all time. Everybody has one, and I'm like, damn, I gotta catch up.
Yeah, right. Yeah. There's people out there they like fight for Jordan still the GOAT conversation.
I haven't heard any of those.
Yeah.
I don't entertain that conversation because my answer is like
Kobe.
Yeah, it doesn't. My answer is not even on the fucking test.
Right.
So
yeah.
I'm not even gonna entertain that question anymore. Like, I think it comes down to this: like, who's the greatest athlete, who's the greatest force, and who's the most talented player, right? Like, those are all different questions.
Yeah,
and
that's
they
right.
all have different answers.
Yeah, they all have different mentalities and just different drives.
Like statistically, 100%. Yeah, LeBron is the better player. More points, more assists, etc. Like his stats are just better.
Yeah.
But like who could come off like X amount of injuries? Who could land after their team because they were just fighting for their life in court and drop 50 on a team. You know what I mean? Like I literally just fought for my life in court, landed after my team, came late to the arena, and I dropped 50 and I went home. Like I don't know. It's all different. Every answer is subjective.
Yeah, you're right.
My answer is gonna be Kobe for life. And we'll never get to see that LeBron versus Kobe.
Yeah, it's true.
We got robbed. So
yeah, we did.
I wish we got to see that LeBron versus Kobe finals, but we never did. So.
And we I know like Kobe's your biggest inspiration, but in the music industry, who would you say is your biggest inspiration?
Besides like AM, who like broke boundaries for DJs, who made DJing like a popular thing. Like he created the rock star DJ. You know what I mean? Like Aoki was part of AM's team at one point. So just to see like Vice was part of AM's team at one point.
Yeah.
So besides AM, I would say like Kanye.
Yeah, Kanye. Yeah.
Like I love me J. Cole and Nas as like my favorite rappers, but like Kanye is just like I don't know, something about just being like the misunderstood black sheep. It's that it resonates with me.
Right. Yeah. And Chicago too now.
Oh so yeah,
really with that.
So I've been waiting for like the hottest day. Like I'm waiting for like a 90-degree day, so I could ride with the windows down and listen to Graduation.
Oh my gosh,
full blast,
dude! That album is so good.
I probably have like I have it on disc, like CD, and I've probably like I've heard it for at least 1,000 times, like on repeat, as like since like I got my car. So
yeah. What do you got this weekend coming up?
Tonight I'm at Uban. Tomorrow Wicked Wolf. Sunday's Father's Day.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then I'm gonna just drive back sometime later this week.
Yeah. Dope.
Yeah. When did you get here?
I got here. We left Monday night. We got here like Tuesday afternoon.
Cool. You staying with your parents right now, or?
Yeah, we're between my parents' house, wifey's parents' house.
Yeah, shopping around.
Just back and forth. So, I'm gonna spend some time down here, and then I'm go back up north and spend some time with my parents.
That's awesome. Yeah, cool. Well,
what about you? Where you at this weekend?
All right. Where am I this weekend?
I know you wanted to tell us.
He don't even know. He don't even
I did. No one was asking me. Then Robbie came in for the save.
Care. No, I'm just kidding.
That's fucked up. I actually have the night off tonight. This is gonna be nice. So I'm gonna pop
so you're
out
coming
to
out
Uban.
tonight.
Yeah, I'm gonna pop out to Uban.
We're getting NEEK drunk.
Yeah, it's rare when we get a night off. So when we do, we gotta make the most of it.
Yeah.
Especially at my young age of 22. So
yeah, we're getting NEEK drunk.
And then Saturday I'm at Cuddy's up in Manayunk, so that should be fun. How about you, KP? Who's at the pool this weekend?
We have Miss Lady Bunny tonight. We're doing like a pride event, so
nice.
Dope.
Little drag queen action. She'll be there. And then tomorrow night we have Vice. TJ Vice.
Oh, Vice, that's awesome.
Hell of a fucking DJ.
Yeah, I opened up for him at the pool a few months ago, like 6 months ago.
For Halloween too, and he is fun. He's fun.
Yeah, he's really good. He's based out of Miami?
Yeah, Vegas.
Oh, Vegas. Okay, gotcha.
I think he runs the Vegas. I don't know if he's based out of there. I know he's in the Vegas circuit though.
Cool. Yeah, that's he was really a cool guy too.
Yeah.
Yeah, from just having a conversation with him.
I think he did a few years ago. I think he did the Vesper anniversary.
Oh, really?
It was like 2 or 3 years ago.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's like a big guy to get in the Vesper. I feel like 100%. They gotta start doing that more in Philly.
And Philly nightlife. Good luck. During the summer, at least. Like, everybody's down the shore.
Falls
and
off.
You know what I mean?
Especially all these new places open up down there too.
Yeah.
But yeah, Robbie, thank you so much for coming on, dude.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate it. Next time you're back in town, we'll have you on again.
Yeah.
We'll recap.
Maybe we'll come to Chicago.
That would be dope.
Let's do one in Chicago.
That would be fucking dope. Yeah.
Bring the mics.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I'm down. All right. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
And next guest will be announced in a few days. And see you guys next week.
Can't tell.
Peace.